Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have the Islay Rum, on my cask. It's an Islay, not whiskey, but actually a rum. There is a man called Ben Iglis. He actually signed on the back of the bottle. There you go. And he decided to build a rum distillery on the Isle of Islay. And he's really a rum dude. Yes, if I call him a dude, that is also a statement, because he is a surfer. He surfs on Islay. Says there's only a handful of people who surf on Islay. And yeah, he mostly surfs on the, western side and southern parts. It's closer to him and also not as dangerous as the ones at Kilchoman, that beachhead Kilchoman was at Something Bay. That is really dangerous because of currents and stuff. And the other side has even more currents and the Corryvreckan, but there are no waves there because no Atlantic Ocean, so don't surf there anyway. So yeah, Islay's not a perfect place for surfing, but if you're really a surfer and a rum dude, I would say, then yeah, just find your way. And says, yeah, it's chilly, but you can handle it with a bit of a wetsuit. Yeah, enough about him. Let's talk about the distillery and the rum. And the distillery is actually built right across the street from the Port Ellen maltings. That is really a bold move, to build your rum distillery, which doesn't use any malt, next to the enormous, humongous malting that supplies all the spirit and whiskey on the island with malt. And he's like, yeah, I don't need any malt. I get myself some molasses and make some rum out of that. Yeah, so he gets his molasses with 1,000-liter bulk canisters, and that is pretty easy to come by. And molasses is also quite cheap and easy to transport in these transport vessels. And then he has built his distillery in the old lemon factory. It's actually here on the bottle. It says distilled at the old lemon factory, lemonade factory, not lemon, lemonade factory. And he gets the molasses, has a little bit of a stirring pot to thin the molasses, because molasses is too intense to be really fermented. To thin it down a little bit, yeast can grow better. And then he has a couple of fermenters, I think it was 4 or something like that, and ferments the molasses there quite hefty. Or I think he at the stage where I met him, he kind of varied a lot. So he tried out a lot. He tried different yeasts. He tried different intensities of molasses and all that kind of stuff. And he kind of figured out what kind of possibilities he has. And currently, when I was there, he already had a lot of nice fermentation recipes and stuff. He tried the spiced rum. I think I was there when the spiced rum. I was able to try the spiced rum when it was half ready. Also some aged rum, because he actually does age some rum, some casks at the distillery, and he also has connections to people from a few warehouses. But he wants to also build a warehouse for himself on the island. Probably has already done that, because my visit there was nearly a year ago now. So maybe he's just under construction. And then fermentation. He does quite long fermentation as well. So fermentation is kind of the key for rum, where distillation and maturation is really the key for whiskey. The fermentation is the thing for rum. And he experimented, and he wants to build a style, he says, like Haiti, Jamaica, French Antilles. And so Jamaica is the one that is known best for having the high Easter rums. And that is what's going on here in the bottle. And his distillation is with a pot still and a double retort still. And it's been a bit of quite time when I saw this double retort still. I didn't know the double retort still beforehand. So it's a normal pot still with, I think, 2 kind of condensers, where you get different kind of condensing material, and that is then used in foreshots and in feints and all that kind of stuff. So it has a, I would say, complicated, it's not that complicated, but complicated way of where you recycle the different intermediate spirits. So yeah, that is how the double retort still works. Hopefully I can find a double retort still on my tour at some point of time, and then I can show you that, or maybe if I come back to Islay, then I'll show you that next time, because yeah, we only had like a few hours at the distillery, so couldn't do like a real video about it. Yeah. Yeah, his distillation is really on point, and yeah, let's talk about the whiskey. It's 45%. He calls it Geal Pure Single Rum 2022. And yeah, so it's a Islay Rum Geal Pure Single Rum 2022. Geal, I think it's Gaelic for white color of the light, bright, clear. That is just, yeah, the word for, yeah, it's a clear one. It's an unaged state one, a white rum. Yeah, single rum, one distillery. He just has his stuff, and yeah, 2022. And yeah, let's have a look. Oh, it's definitely not one of these light juices. So yeah, you have that distinct rum flavor that you know from baking, but it has a, you immediately get it that it has a high ester content with a lot of umami, roasted, burnt flavors. Still a lot of fruitiness as well, and that is kind of nice where you have that fruitiness combined with the high ester on. I always tend to compare the high ester with the smokiness, so this here is definitely not a beginner's rum. If you're not into strange and intense and even sometimes a little bit fermented, gone off tastes that are just there and try to tease you, and if you're not into that kind of stuff, then this might be a bit too strong for you. But if you like Jamaica rum, this is Jamaican style, made by an Islay dude. Oh, hefty. Started off like a normal rum, and then immediately goes into a high ester one. This is the second sip I'm taking from that. Second sipping. Did that in German already. The fruitiness doesn't stack up, but the high ester stack up. So second sipping, a lot more intense with the esters and more of the umami, the spiciness, the burnt roasted flavors. Yeah, that is just stacking up. At the second sipping, nearly killing the fruitiness. Wow, so this is a hefty Jamaican rum style whiskey rum. Yeah, interesting. What he says at the back is really what I've never thought about it. Is he says a delicious unaged rum which can easily be enjoyed neat, but will work best put to use in a classic daiquiri or simple rum and cola. Yeah, I've never thought about it, because rum cola for me was just, yeah, people want to have some cola with something that doesn't taste that much and just gives them alcohol to, yeah, be drunk at a party. That is, for my point of view, what a rum cola is. And the daiquiri is something better, yeah. But I would really see how a high ester rum works in the cola. That is interesting, yeah. I'll try that in the future. I'll keep the ball and I'll try that in the future. So, yeah, that was it. That is my take for the Islay Rum Geal Pure Single Rum 2022. And I thank Ben Iglis for showing us around in the distillery. And thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.